We're having an adventure, making a movie of the adventure. The adventure is the new male myth. And it's the seed for the Temple of Jupiter. The question is, who is the new male myth? What do they like to do? What do they like to wear? How do they like to spend their days? What kind of energy do they feel like?
A man is just a man, first of all. And he is a man. Pays rent for the universe with his being and gets all the riches along the way.
What riches would those be?
Love, relationship with self and family.
And how do you want to dress for those different types?
I'm a festive type of gentleman, a heteropath to my core, but with, I think a lot of people think I'm gay, which is to me such a lovely, respectful honor that I have. Being a lover of women and let me say that even more, a lover of women. There isn't one paradigm that can hold what's going on. And so, tradition is just falling away at such an incredible pace, at like no pace ever.
Right.
And creativity is just out of control right now. Like we're at a renaissance period for sure.
Do you have anything you'd like to add for your vision of the new male myth? Oh, wow. Being an incredible Ayurvedic cook?
Harmony, balance, and strength and power from within, from your heart.
Peaceful men are the strongest, most beautiful, most powerful men are peaceful men.
Yeah, and that's what these are. These are fun.
Right.
They're really fun, and they're practical, and I enjoy my kilt so much. I'm so glad I got it. They say that women will want to meet you, men will be jealous of you if you wear a kilt. And I tend to believe them. And women seem to really enjoy the fact that men, can play with the gender roles a little bit by putting on a kilt.
For some reason, Venus is drawn into the Temple of Jupiter. So, we'll see why. It's an adventure. I was thinking we could interview him in front of them in front of this.
I guarantee if a guy is wearing a pink chiffon top, he's not going to go beat a woman.
And I think what's gone out of balance is that the men in our culture have lost the art of being a god. Their power and their intention has been misdirected. And for them to learn to be gods, the goddess needs to come back in.
And equality for the new male would be patience.
It would. Quality for the new male. We still need our strength.
We want to know, what is the new male myth?
That it's about being the servants of the goddess and the children, and from that comes such bounty, such discovery, such honor and pleasure that you can't measure how much. And how much of this can I handle?
How much love can I give and share?
Yeah. More.
Oh, that's great. Like we have the Temple of Venus, right? Women can hang, they can talk, they can accessorize, they can have a little snack. What would guys want with the Temple of Jupiter? So the women dreaming stuff up and the men are structuring, or they're co-creating?
It's a co-creative process, yes. And
is that true?
Yes, it's a co-creation. The men do a brilliant job driving it. There's a little guiding agreement that Frank and I made on our honeymoon where he said, I'll drive and you pick the places.
Mm-hmm.
That
Nice.
works really really nicely.
A mad scientist experiment that's gone haywire.
Oh, Mark! Hi.
I came out of my costume just for you.
Oh, thank you.
The question has been answered, Logan 5.
I think the new male myths can partly go back to a very old male myth in which what defined masculinity was very different. And being a male was to be generous and protective and to serve as a shepherd of those things that need nurturing. That was the old male myth, and it's been lost now.
No one can overflow as well as you can. Gratitude pours out of you.
When men become strictly servants of the female, they do lose the martial force, the Mars power, which they need in order to become the protectors, the generous spirits. That's why I call it macho feminism, in which you are in service to the female, but in a manly way.
Well, the Temple of Jupiter is specifically just for men, to hang out with men. The main thing that they do is the sacred ceremonies that bond men together in the deepest brotherly way that make us all one.
And we're not talking football.
No, we're talking the annihilation of the separate self. And men like to be physical with each other in the Temple of Jupiter.
Yay!
So, you mean it's allowed for men to be physical with
you
each other?
betcha. Yeah. You betcha.
You need moons for your Jupiter temple. You need moons. Jupiter has moons.
I'll be a moon for Jupiter.
There you go.
Well, men feel if they're authentic, they're going to get slammed. Because when we were younger, that's kind of how we played with each other. Oh, you're showing me your vulnerability. now I can abuse you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's how we kind of grew up. But there's definitely a different model that can be available to men.
Well, it takes all types in Jupiter.
Yeah.
This guy's one of them, and I'm another, and that's one over there.
To invite the different guys into your particular version of Jupiter, what would you dress them up in, or give them, or feed them, or?
Oh, you know, Jupiter's a really heavy place, so you really need something light.
One is, right now we're birthing a new male myth. Right now, this interaction is going to birth something.
Really?
Yes. Well, what are some of the things you'd like to see?
In the new male myth.
Yeah.
And a little humility, I think, is essential for at least my male myth. That's the thing that I've been working on.
And as a virgin here, it's stimulation overdose for those first 48 hours. It's all the titillation, it's all the extravaganza, it's the Roman circus in the face, and all those images, those real adolescent, pre-adolescent images come shoving forward. I have to erase all those stereotypes and all those preconceptions and get very real very quickly.
You bump up against your own self-reflection. You go, whoa, I'm being phony. Whoa, there is my act again. Oh, there I am being the coolest whatever again.
Give you a
like,
very...
you just keep bumping up
Right.
against yourself like the House of Mirrors.
Right. And not only that, but you're looking out into the House of Mirrors as well. You see yourself in all these other individuals.
The new male living myth is a man who reaches into the tarot deck of archetypal characters. And I think that the next shift needs to be one of the sacred marriage of the masculine and the feminine within each of us.
I think all men are intrinsically a lot closer to the middle than most of them want to admit, and the characteristics that would show up as would be more of a sweetness, more of a caring, all the highly popularized gifts that women have to give to men, except it would be theirs instead of a gift. All of a sudden, they just be that.
Yummy.
So I think we're kind of graduating out of strictly biological beings and becoming God beings incarnate, which makes us much more hermaphroditic.
We're
spiritually
moving
hermaphroditic and bisexual and everything else. It's
Yeah.
kind of in this middle zone. I like to think I've done a lot of work coming into balance with this, but trying to think of like Joe Redneck football player, what's going to make him come into the middle.
Well, that's who you're talking to.
I know.
Hey,
oh, sorry, Joe.
Gatherings like this help people become who they really are, which
I got to kill it.
basically in a place I call angelic androgyny, where we're more like angels, we're complete unto ourselves. And then love, when it comes, flows naturally and fluidly and without inhibition so much, or without mind sticking out its leg and tripping the heart. We're divine, we forgot, we're waking up.